This is now the fourth time I've started my one-take yard update, but this is going to be it. It's been raining a ton. It's April 9th. It's been raining a ton lately. I think we've had about 6 inches of rain in the past 3 days, which has finally broken our drought, which is awesome, but my goodness, it's been wet and windy. Very unusual. So the yard is littered with branches and all kinds of junk and kids' toys. Let's not ignore that. But you know what? I have time, so I'm not going to clean it up. I'm going to give you a yard tour here, and I'm going to take a little bit more time and try to show a little bit more of what I've been doing. Got a lot of stuff going on, so I'm documenting for posterity. Let's flip you around. Let's get started. So up front here we've got 3 new mangoes in the yard. Sorry, these are avocados. I do have 3 mangoes as well because I lost everything in the freeze. I mean, all my little fruit trees gone and dead. This one, what variety is this? Pardon the wind, but it is what it is. Del Rio. All the avocados I bought are cold hardy, down to like 20 degrees. Sweet potato popping up from last year. A Seminole pumpkin, volunteer, which is awesome. We have some cucuzza squash in here, which is a vine, so I'll need to build a trellis on this. Onions down at that end. I've sprinkled onions throughout the whole yard. Oh look, overzealous, already flowered. Marigold, zinnias popping up everywhere. The second avocado, it's this Super Haas? No, Winter Mexican. So I've planted them in A and B pairs, type A and type B, or type A and type B, not sure. But point is that the 2 different flower types, if planted nearby, complement each other and actually yield to a greater harvest. So I've got a pair there and a pair over there as well, which I'll get to. Last video I put up, the mangoes especially got absolutely destroyed. Anything little is dead to the ground, but the big ones survived, needed chopped back heavily. This is the one that I'm really hoping actually survives. I'm still giving it a little time. This is a seedling of what I'm calling the Conover mango. A friend of mine has this in her yard, and it is just the best mango. So if anything survives, I want that one to survive. Yucca cuttings here I've been selling online, doing pretty well with that. They're getting a little older and it's warming up, so they are sprouting as well. So if you want yucca cuttings, let me know. Moving on, we'll get to the garden in a minute. This is a Valencia Pride? No, Valencia Orange that was not happy where it was. We'll see if it's happier here. Mustard greens volunteering. A papaya, I lost basically all the papaya, and a couple of them were sheltered just enough to sprout back from the stump. The star fruit actually, I mean, it was damaged, but it has sprung back very well. Really pleased with that one. The mulberry here, just loaded with fruit in here. I love mulberry. This is the everbearing variety, which can be susceptible to nematodes, but these 2 seem to be all right. I do have some Pakistani versions over there that seem to be more resilient. Let's see, garden time. Poor sad Keats mango. Elderberry sprouts from a friend. Yucca, throw them in water, leave them for a little while, and they start growing roots. Ignore the train in the background. Sweet potato cuttings from last year. We got 2 varieties in here. This is the purple, which is really, really cool looking, but can be kind of dry. This is the Beauregard variety, which produces a more orange, like a more classic look and flavor, and grows pretty well too. 3 mango varieties. We've got orange sherbet. What are you? Glen. And back here's a Pickering. Those will probably stay in pots for maybe up to a year, just because they're tiny still. They're still very young. This is a Mammy Sapote. Sorry. Yeah, Mammy Sapote. It needs to go either in a pot or in the ground because it's just starting to peek through the pot. So bigger pot. 6 figs in here. Sapotilla. This is a Donny avocado. It's sprouting from the pit. And Donny is not very cold hardy, so I will probably not worry about that. 2 little Barbados cherry. Jamaican cherry red and Jamaican cherry yellow. What else we got going on? Cucuzza squash, which is basically a variety of zucchini. As it gets a little older, I will probably stake them up to help with space, but also hopefully to keep bugs off them. This, I thought these green beans were bush beans, but they are clearly not. So I will have to stake those as well. San Marzano tomatoes, an Everglades tomato that my daughter transplanted. She has been having a ton of fun with that. Bell pepper, nope, not bell pepper. Oh, it'll come to me. Ah, there it is, sweet banana pepper. We've got tomatoes of like 4 different kinds. Again, my daughter has planted these from all around the yard, and I'll show you where a lot of them are coming from. Yard-long beans on a trellis. More green beans, zinnia, rosemary, zinnia, volunteers from last year. I don't remember what these are, but they're clearly happy. My goodness, and believe it or not, there are onions and another banana pepper hiding back in here. Man, y'all need a haircut. Goodness. I have some frangipani right there. If anyone wants flowering frangipani, let me know. All right, moving on. This is peanut butter fruit. It didn't like the freeze, but it has bounced back very well. This tree, this tropical almond, thankfully is sprouting again. But man, I think most of it's gonna be dead. So we're gonna have to figure out how to trim this giant thing. And that's not the only thing we're gonna have to trim. Moving right along through the kids' play zone. We've had a whole ton of yucca that I've been planting over on the side here. Found a pretty good source on cheap mulch as well. If y'all want a source, let me know. We've got some Seminole pumpkin sprouting there, and there, and there, and there. Beautiful one over there. Biden's alba, good for, well, good for pollinators and completely edible. Actually, most of it. Let's see. Let's have a nibble, shall we? You can eat the flowers, but I like finding a nice shoot, a nice tender shoot. Snap it right off there. What's it taste like? It's hard to describe. It's in the sunflower family, so it kind of tastes like sunflower seeds. Seriously, eating sunflower seeds. That's it. It's pretty good. Let's move on. Loads of yucca. All up the side there. All in here. All right. This is where our pig pen was. We had a couple of wild hogs last year. And we just fed them our scraps. So what they didn't eat has been sprouting. So Everglades tomatoes, just going mad. Some bell peppers in here. Just harvested a couple off. Oh look, we've got a couple more. Beautiful things. Need to thin out this canopy a lot. 2 gardenia bushes that were here when we bought the house, and they flower every year pretty faithfully. Beautiful. About my favorite smelling flower. Citrus actually is probably my favorite, but these are very good too. This, I think, is actually a mahogany tree, but it's going to be a problem because it doesn't like the cold. And it's dead all the way up there. And sadly, it's leaning right toward my shed, which I just put, a lot of work into trying to patch it together. So it's sprouting from the root, which means that everything from about here up needs to go. Lovely. Florida was not made for the cold. Compost pile, this is new. I scorched everything so that it would hopefully last longer. peanut butter fruit. Chickens. Prior to about 3 months ago, they had this whole space. We had it all fenced off, but it was only about a 3.5 foot tall fence, and they kept jumping it and escaping it. So I made this bigger structure, taller structure, and restricted their area because they don't need that much space. So now all this scrap that we were feeding them is sprouting. So we have tomatoes just everywhere. We've got a tomato patch, a tomato field. And so my kids have been transplanting these around the whole yard. And zinnias. I don't know where the zinnias came from because we don't feed them zinnias. This little escape artist is Becky. And she's the only one who has a name because she's unique. But she's the only one who's figured out how to jump over this thing. She somehow jumps up on the roof. So I guess I need to contain her as well. The other avocado pear, this is a Brogden, which my daughter just loves Brogden. And this, what's my last one? This is the Super Haas. Ooh La La, also known as Super Haas. Very good. Pigeon pea doesn't like the cold. It's dead. But its progeny is sprouting up just everywhere. So I'll have to thin those out, do something with all that. Napier grass, good chop and drop. A Bear's lemon, Myers lemon, I bought and transplanted, and it's looking very good. It's got some fruit on it already, which I should probably take that off, but I kind of want to see some results. A sweet sop, also known as a custard apple, I think. Didn't like the cold, but it's sprouting just fine. Napier grass. Suriname cherry, very happy. Didn't mind the cold at all. And of course we have sweet potatoes everywhere. So that's almost done. Elderberry, just got a couple new cuttings of that I mentioned, because apparently with elderberry, in order to get fruit, you need more than one variety. So get some genetic variety in there and you should have loads of beautiful fruit. Bush lemon and lime, actually it's a cocktail mix. This is the Pakistan mulberry. Beautiful, bright green leaves. I'm not used to things going dormant in the winter, so this had me concerned because it was just a stick. But as soon as it started to warm up even a little bit, it went mad. Same thing with these. This is actually what I'm going to call a Bahrain mulberry. Bought it from a lady down in Miami who brought it back with her from Bahrain, apparently. And she says this is her just favorite, best growing mulberry. And this over here is the Tice mulberry. So we got 4 or 5 varieties of mulberries. Trying to figure out what grows best because it's just this beautiful, prolific fruit. Okay. All right, that might be my longest tour yet. So, let me know if you got questions. And if you stuck with me this long, I'm proud of you. Adios.